Stop rapes. Stay safe. Take on your predator. Watch, learn, strike back.
Good evening. Last evening in Mumbai, a horrific, a heinous crime happened. A photojournalist was gang raped by 5 men. The facts to remember are this happened in the heart of Mumbai. It happened at around 6 p.m. in the evening, still broad daylight. It happened in an area which is lined by malls and commercial establishments. While we are questioning why the politicians are trading charges and counter charges, while we are questioning why the police was not able to prevent such an accident, while we're even questioning why our laws are so diluted and not stringent, at the same time, once the outrage dies down, once the protests are over, women like you and me will have to walk back home. We'll have to walk back home, we'll have to use the public transport, we'll have to perhaps use a cab at night to go back home from work or perhaps even go to work. What do we do then? What do we do in situations where we know we are going to be vulnerable? Every one of us doesn't know self-defense. Perhaps time has come for us to know at least basic safety tips that we need to use in order to make sure that any time we are in some kind of potential danger, we can at least temporarily ward it off. Joining me this evening is a panel of people who are experts in self-defense. Let me start with you, Abha Sharma. What are the basic tips you would give to all our women viewers and others who are watching at this point? Suppose you're in a cab, or you're walking home at night, or in a bus. Give us the basic safety tips that we need to employ or keep in mind whenever we are traveling alone.
See, here I would like to add one thing that even after so many incidents, we girls are still not taking it very seriously, because we are providing these kind of self-defense workshops, and we realize that though management is focusing too much on self-defense workshops, but girls, ladies are still not taking it that much seriously. Even if you check with how many girls are carrying pepper spray at this moment, I think the number are very less. Though it's a very handy thing which one should carry always, and it's a very handy thing which you can always have in your hand. If you're walking out, even if you're driving, you can keep it near you.
Okay.
And you can use it anytime.
Okay.
Plus, we need to give some kind of fitness thing to oneself also. Even if you know running, how to run fast in difficult situations, that is something which is going to help you out. I mean, you can just attack on the attacker once, just disengage with him, and you can just run away.
Okay.
But even if your fitness is not at that level, you cannot even think about, getting from the clutch of attacker.
Okay. Doctor, if you could come here and show us how, a woman can have, despite not knowing self-defense, how is it that you can prevent anybody from coming near you? See, or even if somebody tries to say, grab you from behind, as Poonam was showing us.
We would like here to cover some kind of things like when few people are traveling in public transport, there are different kind of, let's say, battamizis in Hindi, those kind of things happen. It is not always like somebody grabs your hand. You are standing like this, and what people do is generally, they'll start like this. So in that particular case, you cannot even say anything, because the person will say it's a crowded thing and how can I do something? So it's a very simple thing. You can just see, and if the person says sorry, I am not doing it, then you can also say sorry. So it's okay, sorry, I just slipped my hand. So those kind of things works out. And the same thing if you are holding from here and the person is standing on the back, you can do the same thing. See, just ring and hit. Okay.
Even you can stomp at this moment.
Okay.
Even you can hit the heel to the shin, and you can stomp on the feet. All this type of things you can do. Even you can pinch.
Okay.
Yeah.
The person who is standing behind and falling on you.
That's something which we are going to use when somebody is going to grab you.
Suppose someone is grabbing like this,
and the person is very strong,
and
you cannot
strong.
go down. I mean, you try hard to go down, but the person is lifting you up. You don't
Right.
have any other option but to release yourself. You tried hard this way, that way. The only thing which you can use is your hands, because those hands are close to the person's thighs. So you can just hold the thighs and squeeze the thighs like squeeze a lemon.
Okay.
And this area is very soft. Believe me, if you just pinch it in a little bit, then also the person is certainly going to leave you.
Okay.
So these are certain things. Then if you like to add, what if like somebody is coming from front and he just pushes you, tries to do something like he is standing
Here,
and
here someone is coming.
Right.
Maybe he's a type of a psycho or something, or he wants to take an advantage. The moment he comes and just he pushes you down
Just
and you're
fall
pinned
down.
down here, now he wants to come and do something like that type of things. So now you know, now the moment if I'm coming approaching in this way, she's going to kick me on my knees, so I can't. And
Okay.
it really
and
hurts,
I can
really
do many
hurts.
things. I mean, you can
The
be
moment
very
if I come in this way, I try, and she can move. The moment she hurts me, and then she can run away.
Okay.
See, the concept out here is that the moment you fell down on the ground, generally what happens psychologically, you are weak because you are on ground and the person is standing on top of you.
Right.
One thing which we all should have in mind is if you decided to fight back, give your 100% and believe that you are certainly going to come out of it. If you have even 10% chances that you are not going to do it, then I think you lose the battle.
Okay.
So the basic concept behind self-defense is you should mentally prepare yourself to basically defend yourself in any
Okay,
situation.
now let me ask you a situation. I'm traveling in a local train at night. I find myself as the only one alone, and suddenly somebody else also get onto the same compartment. A situation that happens to a lot of us,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
What is the kind of body language? Because I had heard once that you should just crouch and keep your stuff together, maybe keep your bag as a form of self-defense. But does that kind of body language help? Is it easy to then, you know, kind of react and
No,
act against the
actually-
attacker?
Actually, I don't think it's going to help. See, because the person who is basically going to attack you, he sees, he actually makes out from the body language whether this is an easy victim or not. Okay? If you sit in erect position, okay, yeah, that's the one thing that you should always keep your things close to you.
Okay.
Because if he tries to attack you in front, you can use your bag like a defensive thing. But that doesn't mean that you'll sit like a easy victim. I mean, you can just close. Okay, what if
Don't
somebody
show
is
that
going
you are
to
the
come?
vulnerable one that anybody will feel, oh, she's sitting in the corner and she's holding the bag. It means maybe she is having some precious thing in the bag.
Or you are not having, you are not confident enough to defend yourself. I mean, person also don't know.
Now the situation that we've seen in Mumbai yesterday, or even before that, several you know, cases of gang rape that happened.
Yeah.
What if you've also had another companion with you, and you are faced by a gang of 4 to 5 people? How difficult does it become? Is there any way to raise an alarm?
I mentioned like this. One thing is the number, which should be always easy to dial in your phone, which is a police number.
Okay.
Just dial it so that people should know about your location. Now what you need to do is buy the time. Okay, because now everybody will be aware that you are at this particular position and you are in trouble. Now what you need to do is buy a time. So what you can do is by that, like I mentioned initially, that what you should do, you should at least start practicing running. All the 4 people which basically are going to attack you, they don't have the same kind of stamina. And if you take people one by one, you will be having more chance to basically get away from the situation. Second, I would like to mention out here, there's a situation where in a village, I think it's a year or 2 back, where a lady was alone in her house and 10 people tried to gang rape her. She was saved because of her 100% which she gave. What she did is, see, when somebody is going to rape you, he cannot rape you from a distance. Okay?
He has to come
he
close.
has to come closer. Now you should be aware about the points where you can attack. I mean,
At a time when women have been termed by some as vulnerable, it is no time to think of yourself as weak. Learn basic self-defense in times like today, when it is very important. An attack can happen at any point, at any time of the day, in any place that you're either working or traveling. It could be in a bus, in public transport, in a local train. What do you do then? How do you ward off the attacker? Abha, you know, these days, the kind of attackers that we see, depraved lot, also using arms. Some have guns, some have knives, and you hold a woman at a gunpoint. Then it becomes very hard to, you know, the fear factor. Also, you're thinking about what can happen to you next. How do you avoid such situations, or how do you best try to defend yourself in such a situation, I would say?
see, I'll tell few things. I would like to here include one choke part also. These kind of things also happen because we analyzed this whole concept. Weapons are used, but in 80% cases it's free hand attack because people don't plan it beforehand. So generally what they do is use their power. What if somebody is going to choke you like that? I mean, you cannot even breathe. So it's very difficult to get out of a hold of a strong person. So what you will do at that particular time? It's a very simple thing. Just raise your hand see my legs, this leg is moving back, and just turn around. Any person who is, no matter how much strong the person is, his grip will be
Just show that again.
So if somebody chokes you very hard, just raise your hand and try to touch your ear with this and take one leg back, swipe.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Now I'll try to do this thing with him. Okay, what if somebody holds you on this knife point?
The moment someone holds you,
Okay.
here the
Difficult
first thing,
situation.
you don't think that you are something like a Bruce Lee or something, Jackie Chan stuff. First of all, the person may be psycho, he can murder you because maybe he is wanting some precious thing or that type of thing. First, give up and ask something like, okay, leave me whatever you want, you can take, if you want my purse or whatever you want, the jewelry or anything. At that moment, you are diverting the mind of the person. This is the first thing. Negotiate. Then at this moment, just hold from here, from the wrist, and take your
Head back.
yes. And then you come in this way, and if you want, you can stab the person in this way.
But you require a lot of power to do that.
Not exactly.
Not
It's
really.
basically
It's a
the more
technique.
about the technique.
But certainly
Okay.
you cannot do it without learning.
Why don't you show that again?
Sure. The
So you're
first thing
saying-
when someone is holding,
Yeah.
just raise your hand. Oh, leave me. Please don't hurt.
So I'll be at ease. I think that he
Okay.
just gave.
I'm
gave up.
negotiating. I'm diverting the mind. This is the most crucial, important thing. What you have
Okay.
to do. And at the same moment, just take the advantage of the person when you divert the mind. Place your head back. Hold from here. Hold the wrist. Just
I
come back
cannot
and
move.
just, because you're holding, she can't attack me again.
Okay.
So one is this. Another one is like, what if somebody is taking you on the?
Now here it comes.
gun-
maybe
At gunpoint.
You're
Yeah.
going through an isolated place, or you're going to the ATM, and someone get an advantage and they want something from you. Again, the same strategy. Always, whenever someone is having a blade or something like this type of thing, always give up, so that you're
The
communicating.
first step is to give up.
Yeah.
You are
Give
communicating.
the impression to the
Give the
attacker
impression
Yes.
that you're
you have
scared
given up.
and
Yes.
you've given up.
Because
All
here
right.
it's a pistol or it's a blade, it can cut, it can really hurt you, it can take your life. So try to negotiate. First, give up. And when you think that you have diverted the mind from here,
Okay.
okay, and now from here, and you can hit as much you want. And definitely the weapon will be in this way coming to your hand.
Yeah.
And here you come and shoot. It's up to you. If
Okay.
you want to take the law in your hand.
We don't want to encourage shooting.
Yeah,
but
that's
yes.
all.
Okay.
Now we talk about the pepper spray. See, ideally this is something which everyone should carry. Okay.
A
because
pepper spray, you're saying everybody should carry.
You should. I mean, people don't spend. I don't know. People don't even spend 500
What-
bucks on that.
Okay, what else? One is a pepper spray. What else can you carry
So,
handy in your
do
bag?
you really know how to use this pepper spray? I mean, you can always keep it in your hand, and you can just spray it like this.
Okay.
This is not the actual one. This
Uh-huh.
is.
For
No,
the
no, I
demos.
get that.
Okay.
So you spray it
So,
like that instead of
spray
into
it
the eyes
on
of the
eyes.
attacker.
No, this one actually it will spread
It
on
will
the
spread.
eyes.
If there
The
are 2,
whole-
3 guys coming,
Okay.
So what
So
you can
instead
do
of
is like
so all these 2, 3 guys.
all of the
can
people
take.
will be covered with
Okay.
this.
Okay.
One is this. Another one is stun gun. Is also a very handy thing. There are stun guns which coming in different outlook. So there's one with torch also. So you can carry it like a torch in dark situations, and if somebody is going to attack you, you can use it. So that is something which. Plus, you can also make keep a very good mobile phone, a metallic one. Like she said that you can attack with a mobile phone also.
Okay.
So all the things which you should carry, you should know basically how to use it as a weapon.
And you can use safety pins.
You can
Safety-
use pens also for the same sake. But everything which you should carry, you should know that how you can use it. Pen can be also a very good weapon. I mean, you can just go and stab the person with pen,
Right.
and the pain will make him leave you. And then there's this. What if somebody is going to attack with
A
Most of
baseball bat or a hockey stick.
hockey.
Yeah. As
Whatever.
the psychos people, they do. They take the advantage and they can go and attack you. Can you from here, if someone is coming, don't go to the straight point. Just move. Just watch from here.
Show that again. That was too quick for us and for the
Sure.
viewers as
So
well, please.
we will give you a slow motion then. From here, side, and hold.
You do understand this requires extremely fast reflexes.
Yeah. And people should.
People should learn actually some simple things. At least they should.
Come
They
here,
should.
yes.
They should spend some time of their some time from their busy schedule for this particular thing also, because I think it is also important. We generally do spend so many years for learning, for making our career, but if we ourselves are not safe, I don't think it's of any use to basically make
that's a very important point, and we're going to wrap up with that, because Abha and all our security experts here, we've had Purnima, we've had Shubhangi and Dr. as well as Abha Sharma, telling us that it is extremely important. Invest some time in learning at least basic self-defense. That's a very important lesson that we should all remember.